My name is Tiana Reimann, and I'm the founder of the Bucket of Love Foundation, PNG. And it all started back in 2016 on Valentine's Day. So February 14th, basically, I was working at the QUT Guild at the time as the sports vice president, and I was looking for areas where I could send my sports. And I managed to contact this gentleman from Brisbane Boys College, and he noticed that my photography was from Papua New Guinea. And then he basically said, I've got all these buckets. For one day, maybe they might be in use for you back in Papua New Guinea. I said, let me come and have a look. And basically after that, I went and saw the buckets, and I knew exactly how beneficial they would be for the communities here in Western Britain. But after that, went back to the office and I created the Bucket of Love Foundation logo, Facebook page, because it was Valentine's Day. It's kind of suitable that I called it the Bucket of Love. The Bucket of Love Foundation aims to improve the livelihoods of all the New Guinea Islands regions that I visit. So whether it's through infrastructure, through building schools, through provision of buckets or medical items or educational materials, we like to benefit things that will improve the livelihoods of people. So a lot of the work I do is around providing the buckets, but also helping the aid post with medical items, helping sporting clubs with their sporting equipment, and also implementing solar lights across the communities that I visit as well. So it's very holistic. We do a lot of different things, but it's all about empowering and lifting the communities that I visit. So one of the challenges I've seen is obviously through financial needs. There's a lot of things that it does cost money to send things from overseas, and that's why I'm so grateful for the assistance from Kimby-based shipping agencies, which have eliminated that major cost of putting a container together to send it here. The biggest challenge is definitely getting them out there to the most remote communities. So since inception in 2016, we've seen so much support from our Australian partners, especially through schools. And ever since then, we've just been building those relationships with getting more people to supply buckets, more people to supply uniforms or sporting equipment or financial means. So there's been this exponential growth of support for the Bucket of Love Foundation. And I think the biggest one is definitely getting a lot more grants, either it's from government or from private enterprises like the Brian Bell Foundation, who have helped us just this year with a large sum of money to improve the schools that we're working with. So there's a lot of support out there, and I think it's just about getting myself in front of those people that are willing to assist, and it's just been great to see all the support grow over the years. The most rewarding part I've seen throughout this journey is seeing a community from here, then through the help of the Bucket of Love Foundation, whether it's through building a school or giving reading books or giving buckets to a community, how it's lifted them in those simple needs, and how it's made a community happier or more together or more educated. That's been the biggest thing that's been, I guess, on my heart. And also seeing how communities change through a simple solar light, whether it's implementing a big post with a big spotlight on it. These communities are now calling me from under the light that they're under, saying, Tiana, this light there give nice warmth. I was like, I don't know how the light's giving warmth, but whatever it is, I'm glad. Because those types of things, they really just give you that push to keep going, because people appreciate that. And a lot of these communities, as I said, they don't have anything, and simple gestures like light and education can make a big difference. The Bucket of Love Foundation has grown from delivering buckets to building schools. So I'm now visiting schools and seeing the immense need that they need for basic development, whether it might be the roof is falling down on the children's head as they're sitting down, or they don't have any desks. So the future of Bucket of Love is at the heart of education. I believe if you give a child a good education, they will make better choices for themselves, for their family in the future. They'll make better health choices. They will make better choices for the future of Papua New Guinea. So if we can focus on that educational industry, whether it's through development of proper educational materials or proper houses for schools, that's where I'd like to see the Bucket of Love go. And so far, we've got these grants from, whether it's from the government or Brian Bell Foundation, as I've mentioned. We are now putting that money towards building schools. So it's helping hundreds of students and thousands of patients through the Amge Island Aid Post or the Talagone Primary School. So these schools are going to be housing possibly the future leaders and fixing the future leaders of Papua New Guinea. So development is definitely on my radar for the future. So if you're looking to assist the Bucket of Love Foundation, you can hop on our website, which is zambilla.com/bucket of love. You can also support through the purchase of Zambilla & Co. products, which are earrings that are handmade here and by women around the world. And a portion of every sale goes towards the Bucket of Love projects. You can also contact me directly on email. And if you have a project in mind, I'd be happy to work with your organization or an individual on implementing that project. So it really just depends on what the project might be, but we like to focus on education, health, livelihoods. And that's our main 3 pillars. So if you have interest in that, you're welcome to contact me for anything.